COOL. Better, better, cool. This shall be killing me. Hey, I haven't finished the title yet. Check, check. Okay. No, that's you, man. That's you. What's up with you? You been in the lab, man? I gotta send you that beat you bought. At least you bought. Still gotta get that to you. I still gotta get that to you, man. Hey, okay, there I go. I got a little bit of volume. Yeah. Try to see if this technology still work. You know how I do. I be trying to see if this stuff still be working. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. It be breaking on me. Are you at the gig? Oh yeah, you got some upgrades? Okay. I saw that clip of you in the snow, man. C-O-O-L. Cool. C-O-L. What you been working on, though? So you doing stuff with your crew, or you doing stuff for your own? What you got? Do you hear music? See, you've been top boxing, man. You've been top boxing. That's what you've been doing. He said, man, D-Lil, you gotta get out the way, man. I'm top boxing now, man. That's good. I finally got a more permanent top box set up. So now I can top box like the mom, man. He took over the game, man. He took over the game, man. And took it over. I know. Take it over the game. I need to extend this top box so I can just MIDI it and control it. Can I do that? This thing take Type C though. I don't got a Type C cable for this yet. Oh, thank you, Antonio. I mean, it's random. This is not a scheduled show. It's a random thing, you know. Nah, I'm about to start using that thing, man. People are asking me about it. Like, people are asking me, man, yo, what's up on that electro spit, man? What's going on with that thing, man? Nah, I'm about to start using it because everybody like coming at me, man. They coming at me, man. Electro spit. Everybody coming. They coming at. I'm like, hold on. So I'm like, okay, I gotta break it back out. I gotta show the world like what's up. Anna Serve asks, they asking, what's up on that electro? Okay, all right, I understand. Electro spit, yes. Electro spit. What's up? Right. Yeah, it's not a cheap unit. I ain't gonna front you on that. It is not a cheap unit. They've been asking me, man. I'm like, okay, all right. Cool. Top box. Product on hold. I feel you. Don't hate your ass. I've got shit. See, if I could MIDI into this unit, then I could have a top box. I could have my setup here, but I could use that as the top box unit, so I don't have to turn around and do this. Because right now I'm set up to do this. See, and I cut the tube too short. He started selling because of part delays down the water. Yeah, I don't know what you told me though. Wait 6 weeks, okay. You got that, you hustling, man. 90s flow, okay. But you want to do 90s flow over, right? You wanted to do flip it. Excuse me. Oh, I got the nectar in front of me. That nectar is popping right now. That nectar be popping. Oh. And I do love. You gotta practice, your pronunciation. You feel me? You practice that pronunciation. And, you in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bria, I never put out that. I put that on the Love I Seen. But I don't think I ever really put it out recently. We are taking over. We are taking over. Nothing's gonna stop us. We are taking over. We are taking over. Nothing's. That 808 be hitting, dog. Oof. The jazz. Oh my God, I forgot about the jazz one, man. Golly. That jazz joint, come on now. That jazz joint. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That glide. That thing is, how many bars is that? Sheesh. That's 8 bars. Some. How are you? They done changed his doggone sins on this mixer. Not bad, man. Just getting through just got over a cold. Stuff been going on, you know. Just getting over this cold, ready to get back to work. I see you've been killing it though. I need a Max Win. This is my alter ego. I need a Max Win. Would this cable reach for me? It's too short. Will this cable reach for me? Too short. Will this cable reach for me? Would it be all the things I need it to be? Would it be everything? Hey, you grinding though. If you don't think you killing, you grinding. You grinding. I need to grind like you. I see you. You're consistent. You're consistent. I see you. You're consistent. I ain't been consistent. You want humble, open, and transparent? Michael Todd. Consistent. You consistent. I say that's killing it. Be what I need it to be. Be. Would you be everything that I need you to be? Would you sit silently while we watch TV? After a long day, would you be everything I need you to be? Would you be? Would you be? I got an idea. I gotta go get it real quick. I got a cable. I gotta go get it. I'll be right back. I gotta go get it. Would you be everything? I've been so since the last year, just kind of going through the motion. You know what? Let's talk about that, because this stuff is a grind. And what made it fun in the beginning? Because I'm kind of going through the same thing where it's not as fun as it used to be. Excuse me, I got a little cough. It's not as fun as it used to be. So I understand that sentiment about finding a market in this space. Like what was it? Where was it fun beforehand? Like for me, I think creating like without the concern of this platform, like when you create it, you just kind of create it, and that was it. And you just sort of shared it with friends. I found a cable. I'm about to see something real quick. I hope I don't break something. Would you be? What's the Big Spreads Junior? MJ Can't Let Her Get Away. Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. Let me hop in stream for. Okay. Like, want me to connect to? Let's have that. I'll have it. I don't know how we can have it. I don't know if we're on Zoom or I don't know if YouTube lets you bring in. Hopping straight. Yeah. Okay, let me see if this thing. I don't remember my presets. If I didn't vlog it, then I don't remember them till I get into the groove. So I'm sorry, I just don't remember those. Especially if it's a video I haven't done. Let's see if Discord will work on this computer. Let me see if I can install it. Or Zoom. Actually, Zoom. Let's see if Zoom works. I think Zoom might be easier. We might have a conversation, y'all. I think Zoom will work, but I probably won't have video unless I use my second webcam that I have on the screen. Let's see. Because my camera is tied up on the stream, I'm sorry, I know I'm pivoting. But I think the audio will work. Yeah. So I think I can move faster. I love this, use Discord for a while, and oh yeah, Discord will be the move. Do you feel comfortable posting your Discord? I'm very confident I could probably make this Discord work. This is a good if you want to do that. I will do that. We can have like a 30-minute combo. You know. Model D. Okay. Okay, Michael Korg. Oh, shoot. Think I figured it out. Oh, yeah, duh. I need the drum track. These cables all over the place. Yes, do album for 2025. Definitely.
Could you be what I need? Can you understand what I'm saying on the top box? Can you understand what I'm saying on the top box? Is it clear what I'm saying on the top box? Top box, top box, top box. Top box, top box. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Show enough, show enough, show enough, show enough, show enough.
So some, I don't know if you're still there. I got my Discord up. If you want to, if you feel like it. Cool. Do you want my Discord name? Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Just grab around the sound. Just slap some stuff together. These are like constantly crazy. There's no de-esser. General? Under general what? I'm lost track. Demar. Something ain't quantizing right. Yeah. Oh, Discord? Oh. I haven't been on Discord like that on the Dilio T2K side, but I will share it to you. Maybe I need to get back on there. I will share it to you. Invite people. If you want to join. Use copy button. Okay, okay, I'm hitting the copy button. Okay. Server link. Okay, I'm trying to send this. This thing is so crazy. Hidden use copy button. Okay, I use the copy button. So where's it at now? All right, I'm expiring this after 1 hour too. See, it's like I'm asking it to let me copy it, but it's not letting me. I don't understand this. It shouldn't be this hard. Copy link. Oh, there's a link. General. Okay. I think I got it. Hey. Still quantizing all janky. Y'all doing all right out there? This stuff be breaking. Okay, let's try this. Where is my screen name? Where is my screen name? 'Cause I don't see it. Okay, so try that. Copy username. Okay. I know my screen name ain't that simple. Where the heck is my screen name? See, I haven't been on here doing this. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm mad that link ain't working. I remember Discord being easy. Testing. Why is this all hidden like that? I don't understand. Okay. So, but it's like hiding like mad. Could you is this a way to show me what my screen name is on here? Yo. I don't even see it. Your mods. Okay. Well then let's try. Okay, so let's see if Zoom will do it. I'd really like to have a short conversation with you about the state of YouTube, because I've been I ain't been on here like that, because I just been like kind of like a new meeting. Oh yeah, my webcam's working, but that's okay. Excuse me. Yeah, so let's see. I'll send you a link real quick. Let's try this. Participants, invite. Give me a. Let's try this. Try that. If you can set it up. We're going off the script, y'all. Off the script. Love like this before. And no one love you like. Love like this before. I never knew that what. Okay, come on in. He came out. Yo. He came on in. The bar was ready. Demar said, yeah, come on. Oh, that's a super producer, man. That's a super producer right there, man.
I ain't nobody.
That's a super producer, y'all. Came on, got
I ain't nobody.
Got the brim on. Super producer chain, super producer Bill. Come on, man.
I ain't nobody.
Oh, you somebody.
Put on that line.
No, I ain't no line, man. That's super producer right there, man.
I don't know about all that.
We got some. Hit the keys.
Am I in here?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Demar, give me. Hey, Demar, give me. Log off for a second and give me in Delio like 10 minutes.
I got you.
No, it's all love, dog. You can hop back in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
My vibrations ain't right though. I'm on some. You hear?
No, I hear you.
All right, is it better now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry. Let me get my speakers right, because I got where I'm at. It's echoing.
Okay.
Sorry.
I hope I'm not echoing you.
No, it's me.
Okay.
There we go. We're good now. No.
Yes, sir.
I gotta do, no. Because what it is I got your stream going in the background.
Oh, yeah, mute that.
And Demar, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, it's fucking up though. Still, sorry. Give me just a couple seconds to
Okay.
get this right.
Yeah, man.
You know how it is, man. Normally you get the shit set up before you get rolling.
Yeah. We're off. I'm not even worried about performance, or I'm not worried about anything, man, because this is off the cuff, man. So
Well, if you can hear me, I'll just pull my laptop up and I don't even have to. If it's not echoing for you, I can just pull this up and listen to it like this.
Yeah, it's all clean. It's good to go. Yeah, I think you might have a little latency from me, but it's all good.
Nah. The issue is, however, the interface and everything is set up. Because you know how it is. Sometimes you got an interface going. Your computer wants the shit to go from your computer. You know what I mean? And it's just like sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot of shit you got going on. You got to troubleshoot the shit. You know the shit though. I'm gonna tell you, my boy.
Yeah, it's
You
all good.
you've been doing this longer than I have, man.
Oh
So.
boy, don't remind me. Don't remind me. Sheesh.
Yeah, man, but I'm good now. I'm good now. I got sound. I got volume. Just let me know if it's echoing with everybody else who's in the crowd or whatever. But I'm good.
I'm pretty confident. I think you're good because I got my separate audio interface feeding the thing. If you guys can hear HTK, just type a in the chat.
I like that. An A is different to me. I'd be like, throw a one in the chat, and then they'd be like, not throwing a one in the chat. I'd be like, bitch ass niggas. I'm sorry for the language, but I'd be
You
like,
good?
bitch
It's
ass
good.
niggas, throw a one in the chat.
No, it's all good, man.
It's all for the betterment of everybody. So I
Yeah.
appreciate you having me on your platform, though, dog. I want to say that first and foremost. Secondly, I want to say, dog, you're one of the dopest producers in this space, whether you realize it or not.
I appreciate that,
Uh,
man.
you really are, man. You're one of the people I follow. So
Oh,
I don't
thank you,
follow
man.
everybody, dog, but you are one of the dopest in the space. You do things that I could never imagine doing with this music.
Oh man.
I'm being real, dog. You do some stuff with this music I could never imagine doing. So
Excuse
I
me. Appreciate it.
appreciate you first and foremost in this space as being somebody who I can enjoy, with the entertainment and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. That's huge, man. I'm just glad to be able to have something positive on his platform and in his space, man. So, you know, I'm still on that grind, man, and figuring things
Right.
out, you know. But I appreciate you, man, and like I said, I see what you're doing, man. You're grinding, you're grinding, man. Can't nobody take that away from you. What you're doing, man. You're grinding. You're going hard with your content. You're on it. I kind of taking a little bit space back from YouTube just to, well, one, I was sick for one thing. Two, a lot of times for me, because I've been on this platform for sometimes I make the mistake of internalizing view counts. I make the mistake of internalizing a lack of engagement or too much engagement. And so I had to really kind of fix my mind on other things. I'm actually A&Bing. I don't talk about this a whole lot because I don't want this channel to interfere with, but I actually started a new channel to test an A&B what happens with a new channel versus an old channel that's been on here for a long time.
Can you drop that link so I can give it a subscribe real quick before we get off this stream? Because I be drinking. I'm giving you a heads up. I've had a few drinks tonight. I mean, I do what I do.
You
Uh,
vibing, man, but you vibing
yeah.
though, man.
Yeah. But let me drop the link in the chat so everybody can get it, and I want to subscribe too.
Oh, I
'Cause
appreciate it.
everything I'm saying, I sincerely mean, my dude.
Thank you,
I
man.
rock with your content. I found you through Av
Yeah.
when you and Av did the. I think it was the MP C61 key. It
Yeah.
was the first time I ever saw your content. And
Yeah.
then from there, I followed you and I've been rocking with you, because Av's hit or miss with me right now. He ain't fucking with me the same as we always have been.
Oh man, I hear you.
I ain't gonna get into all that,
I respect that.
that's a conversation we can have offline. So I'm
Sure.
never gonna say nothing negative about Av. I have nothing but love for that dude. That dude came on my platform and helped me out when he didn't have to. So
Yeah.
I will never send nothing but love. I just sent the subscribe over right now.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yes, it's a brand new. It's probably gonna be, but see, yeah, it's gonna be brand new. It's gonna be mainly one type of content, and one of my drawbacks with this platform, man, is I've done so much different shit. I've done top box. I've done performances. I've done cartoons on this channel. I've done Jill Scott beat remakes. I done threw like a whole house at this channel, and I think it might confuse viewers. Two, might confuse the algorithms. I was talking to ChatGPT about this, and it said something that hurt, but it made sense. It said YouTube doesn't reward effort; it rewards trends. I said,
Facts.
so even though I have put effort, I'm not really a trend guy. I like to kind of just vibe how I want to vibe, but I do know that the platform likes trends, right? So this is a constant experiment. Even at this stage, being on here for as long as I have, it's still an experiment where you got to test, and all the stuff you think you know, it's like, no, you got to try something different, you know. And this space isn't the most sought after space on the platform anyway, you know, unless you're talking about fitness or celebrity shit, finance, dating and love,
makeup tutorials.
Right. You know,
we're not even top 10.
We're not.
Be honest.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize that shit. That we're not even like a top 10 genre on this space.
Right.
You know.
And
so
yeah.
I'm not a trendsetter either. I don't think I'm a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people think that I am or not, but I don't do any content to try to, you know what I'm saying, create a scene. I'm 4 years old. Excuse my language. I don't know if I can curse on the channel.
You go ahead. Go ahead, man. It's all open. Yeah.
But I'm 44.
Right.
So I realize at this point in my life that it's not my responsibility to be a trendsetter. It's my responsibility to be. If I'm going to be on YouTube, it's my responsibility just to give content that people may want.
Mm-hmm.
So I typically just stay in my lane with the reviews or the tutorials or whatever the case is. But I just grind at it, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't grind as hard now as I used to grind, because before I was putting out 4, 5, 6 videos a week. I was streaming 3 times a week, but I'm just burned out now at this point, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that what a lot of people who get on the platform don't realize or they don't understand is that no, let me run that back.
Okay. Yeah.
What a lot of people who are watching the content maybe not get on the platform, because once you get on the platform, you've been on here for a couple of years, you start realizing the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, music has been my hobby, it's been my love, it's been everything for me for most of my life.
Yeah.
So now when I go to make this shit my job, and now I'm only doing YouTube, and I'm only doing music, and I'm only doing this, I'm only doing that, and I gotta keep up with everything, and I gotta do this, because like I could do content, and I know you'll feel this. I know you'll feel this in your core.
Yeah.
I could do content that would be more beneficial to a musician. They don't care about that shit.
I feel you.
Then I could do a video about a plugin it's a decent reverb.
Right.
But why is 10,000 people going to watch a plugin review about reverb and then ignore a video about mixing tips?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
You know, like, and so it gets frustrating as the YouTuber, because it's like, I mean, I get that it's my job to be a reviewer. I get that I've been doing that shit for 5 years now, or 4.5 years now. So I get that people come to the channel because they want a review,
right?
They want a demonstration. They want my opinion on whatever it is that I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So if you would trust my opinion to spend $200 on a plugin, why would you not trust my opinion for some free shit that will help your mix?
Right.
Or that'll help your beat.
Yeah.
Or that'll help this. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at, like with YouTube right now. It's like I'm kind of frustrated. I don't really want to continue to always make the same kind of content. But I also know, you know, all the subscribers came here because of that kind of content. That's where YouTube gets frustrating for me.
Right. And so it sounds like if you were to pivot in a different direction content wise, the subscriber base will not follow you in that direction. It sounds like, from your standpoint. Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that though? Because I know you're probably kind of in that same boat. Maybe not the exact same boat, but kind of in the same boat. Meaning this. I don't want to stop doing music, because music's the stuff that I love.
Right.
But I don't want to have to make music a certain way all the time just to get views, and then to continue to. That's my source of income.
Right.
That makes sense, you know?
Yeah. I see what you're saying, and I've definitely been in that space, and what I've had to sort of figure out, or what I'm experimenting right now, as I continue to do this channel, is I'm trying to create a space where the attraction's actually me, and not the plugins, and not the music, and not it's you're here for me. So whatever I do, you roll with. You know, that's the type of audience I want to build. But
I'll give you this.
Yeah.
Let me give you this. That's why we're here, is because of you. And so this is as somebody who's doing YouTube and somebody who's also a fan of your channel. You know, I'm a big fan of your channel, dog. Like, you're one of my favorite channels. I'm not just saying that just because I'm here now. I'm being sincere.
I appreciate that, man.
I come back because it's you. And so I don't think that it's me as to why people aren't coming to watch other videos that I want to do. But I feel like it's me doing new stuff is not what they want. They just like I see in my comments all the time. People are like, I don't even get any of these plugins that he gives you. I just come here to be entertained. Like, he gonna give me a good demo beat. He gonna show me how to use reverb in a way I've never used it before. He's gonna show me a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with the plugins he's reviewing anymore at this point.
Yeah.
And so just know, I feel like that's where, how can I put this? So, you know, I rock with people like Weaver.
Yeah.
Like, Weaver Beats is my boy. That's like my guy. That's
Yeah.
like my real life homie, right?
Yeah.
And me and him have talked a bunch of times, and in those conversations, as he started pivoting his channel and going different directions, he was like, I don't want to be a music YouTuber. I want to be somebody who's on YouTube. And I understand that. But probably more so like me or you. And I feel like you might feel what I'm saying here. I don't want to do all that extra shit in order for my channel to pop off. I just want to make some music. I just want to sit down, make some beats, and maybe you don't see me make the beats, but I can break them down or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
If the time spending making the beats, I'm having fun and I'm enjoying myself, and then I can record a video after that, that's a good day.
Yeah.
You know? But
yeah.
it's not always like that. I mean, like, I can't always. I haven't put out a video in a week, and I have 4 videos ready to put out.
Wow.
You know? But I just haven't put the videos out because it's like, I just don't really want to. I don't want to finish the edit, or I'm just not motivated to do this, or I'm not motivated to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense, because sometimes on this platform, you really do feel like you got kind of like the wind at your back with this shit. And then other times it's like you're like in a boat in the middle of an ocean with no current pushing you anywhere.
Right.
You know, and then, but you know, if you put the paddle in a certain type of way in the water, by certain content, you know, people engage, you do that, but then it turns into more of a business move and not really a fulfillment at that point, you know?
Yeah, I did a live stream like 2 days ago where I reacted to the Weaver and Dane beef. And I'm not going to bring that to your channel because that's not what we're doing.
Yeah. I try to stay out of it.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't do copyright stuff. So
I got you.
Anybody who's going to copyright somebody on the platform for fair use, it's my responsibility as a YouTuber to stand up, because we don't do that here, you know?
Right.
Like, you can't be one man trying to shut down somebody else's channel. So that's not where I'm trying to go with this conversation. But, but I felt at that moment in time, I felt like I needed to make the video. I needed to get up and live stream, because it's like, this ain't what we do on this platform.
Right.
And so that was something that put something in me. You know what I'm saying? Gave me some motivation, gave me something that I wanted to do. But I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not going to get on the internet tomorrow and be like, oh, Dillio did this, or oh, I have did that. Like I'm not TMZ, dog.
Right,
I'm not
yeah.
I ain't that ain't what I do.
And some channels are that. Some channels, they became that, and that's all they do. And it blows up, but it's not somewhere I can follow them.
I get you. I get it.
You know? But
I agree.
And I get it. It'll put some AdSense revenue in your analytics, but I just never had aspirations to be that. I'd rather create a separate channel or something for that if I want to do that, but it'd be just that. But it's hard to, I don't want to mix the two. I've never built this channel on that. Most time I've been critical about is really other music companies that make equipment. That was my lane, and that was it. I used to really rant about that stuff, you know, but other content creators, I may disagree, but I don't know. Cause like, if they want to win an argument, I say, hey bro, go win, go be right, go win, be right. You know, I'm going to be over here, because once the talking is done, I'm going to be on this equipment cooking, and I'm going to be making records and music, because that's the whole point of it in the beginning, in the first place, to me, is making music. And sometimes I get a little discouraged, because I see a lot more people talking about music or about people than people actually sitting down making music on what they have. We have so much at our fingertips, and it's like, yo, put Don't rely on your music. Show me what you can do right here on the spot, and I'll show you what I could do right here on the spot. And let's talk about
Right.
that. You know, that's kind of like my wavelength. And I know it's not as popular or as engaging, but I don't really care because I'm not. I don't want to be. I don't want to build my foundation on the criticism of other people because I'm like my hardest critic, and I want to improve myself. Right.
Right.
So it's very hard for me to. Of course, I could spiritually. Oh yeah, that. But publicly like that, I'm like, that's not my brand. It's never been who I am. Of course, I have opinions about people every day and stuff like that, but my outside persona on this platform has never been built on that, and I don't want to build it on that. If I want to build a critique channel, talk about other stuff, that's cool, but not here, you know. So that's just been my vibe, you know. It's not as sexy, but I can look back and say, yeah, I can bounce for that because not a lot of people do this, but I was kind of raised to. I struggle with this. Not really struggle with this, but I like to be accountable for what I say, right? So since I'm accountable for what I say, I don't really try to say too much because if I do say it, I believe I should be held accountable for it, right? So that's why I don't really go in that road because if I say, hey, this guy sucks, I need to be able to back it up with some reasons why and accept the responsibilities for saying that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but at the same time, if somebody on a platform says I suck, I tell them first to get in line. Two, I've been there and done that. I've been through all the bad comments and the N-word and all this stuff before a lot of people even got on this platform. You know, so I've been through that. Like I said, anybody got an issue with me, go be right, go win. I still have a dream to pursue. I still have a career to build. I still have musical work to do. I got paths to push. I got chords to play. I got to work on my singing voice. I got gigs to do. I go out and perform, man. You know, I don't just do this here. I go out in front of live people who got money and they want to see a show.
Yo, so here's something that I respect about that a lot is because I know that you do shows. I know you get out there. I know you get busy, right?
Yeah.
And I don't get busy no more. But
feel
dog,
you.
I've got busy. I
believe it. Yeah.
I don't have to give. I don't have to. I'm not somebody who gets on YouTube and like starts lying or fronting about it. And I've done hundreds of shows.
Yeah.
Like, and like probably 200 and somewhere between 215 and 240 shows in my life, right?
Right.
I've opened up for a bunch of major artists like Bone,
That's dope.
Wu-Tang,
Okay.
Paul Wall, all kinds of people, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
a rapper first, right?
Right.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I just kind of fell into this lane.
Mm.
So when I hear you say stuff like, man, I really don't have time to be in all this beef and stuff. I really don't have time for this because I'm about making the music. I'm about getting my, like you said, getting
Right.
my chords together or getting my performances together or getting my other stuff together. Well, most people on this platform that do what we do,
Right.
they've never experienced any of that stuff.
Yeah.
They just sat at home and they made some beats and then they became dope and then they were like, okay, let me get on YouTube, you know? Like the majority of the people's like these ain't shots.
Yeah.
Right? Like Simon Servita, he's classically trained. That's my favorite YouTuber.
I got you. Yeah.
Okay. But he wasn't out doing shows.
No.
So he doesn't have an experience like you or I have. Kyle
Right.
Beats, the biggest Kyle Beats and BusyWorks Beats are the biggest two producers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Neither one of them did shows or without performing or doing this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what's frustrating for somebody like me is as we put the content together, I actually have the catalog, the background. I can tell you how to do all the things. I can tell you how to link with artists. I can tell you how to get shows. I can tell you how to set up stuff and book stuff. I can tell you how to get promoters. I can tell you how to do all the steps in the process in order for you to get to where you want to get to. But that's not what you want to hear.
I
You want
see.
instant gratification. And these other folks lucked out. Like you're looking at the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
You know, like most of the time, somebody who's never done nothing isn't going to blow up in the music space.
Right.
But now you're looking at the 4 to 5 people that got lucky and blew up in this production space, and now you want to follow their path, and their path isn't a realistic path.
Yeah.
They got lucky, or they were the first ones doing it. You know,
Yeah.
like the difference between like you and another YouTube producer or me and another YouTube producer is they started before I did. I mean, that's really what the difference is
Yeah.
between the views. They started before I did.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And the reality is that people can start after you and have a faster track to certain milestones on this platform. That's
Yeah,
sort of
that's true too.
that's the nature of the beast. And I know there's a lot of people on here with big audiences, man, that I don't see gigging live and stuff like that. And I had to kind of remind myself that even though that situation looks nice over there, that it's not a reflection, and it doesn't define me and what I do. And I've had to kind of learn and relearn that and relearn that and relearn that, because it's like, shoot, I put my foot in these tracks. How come I'm not getting the same engagement? What is it? So I had to chill out on my comparison, and I had to learn to not let that define me, and continue to build my own and continue to experiment, because of how volatile the YouTube platform is. One switch of the algorithm, all that can change. All that stuff that looks good and those big numbers can change. You can have north of 1 million or 2 million and only 200 people come up for the video view.
Look at Sharp.
Right.
So Sharp's one of the goats on the space, and he was blowing up videos, right?
Right.
And then he stopped putting out videos for a little bit because he wanted to like focus on his music stuff. And when he came back, he can't get his audience back.
Right.
I think that with a lot of that, it's how people sell themselves.
Yeah.
So I'll never get on the internet and sell myself as a platinum artist, or like I'm sure you've done a lot of stuff as I have. So like I've
Sure.
done a lot of ghostwriting, and I've produced some melodies for some tracks that are blown up and stuff, but I have to sign NDAs,
Right.
and I can't brag about the stuff. So since I can't brag about the stuff, people think that I'm a less of an artist than somebody else,
Yeah.
or even to take it at a lower base. I have just done this stuff, man. Like I have done this stuff. Like, I can get on this platform and I can spit raps for 2 hours. They'll all be fire. It'll all be different stuff. And people will be like, oh, this guy's crazy. He's insane.
Right.
But my goal, as in you were saying earlier, you want to make a channel about you. I don't necessarily want to make my channel about me. I want my channel to be about the music, And I don't necessarily put out tracks and all this other stuff that I do on my channel because I just want to be a tool to help other people. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, if I'm not as skilled as you are, and so I can acknowledge that stuff. Like I'm a pretty humble dude. Like I'm not here to like be like I don't want to get on anybody's platform and be like, oh, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread or whatever the case is. No, man, I'm not as skilled as you are. I'm really skilled in my area.
Yeah.
But I look at things differently. Like I couldn't get on a stream and put the vocoder in my mouth, play the keyboard at the same time, have everything in key melodies, and I can't do all that shit. I can put together a beat with all this shit,
yeah.
but I can't do it like that, dog. I can't. It's not even close. Like it would have took me for what I was listening to when I hopped in the stream. It would have took me 2 hours to come up with that. Like in order to keep doing it all at the same time,
Yeah.
Maybe not as long if I was doing one part at a time, but if I was trying to get a melody, chords, it would take me hours to be able to figure out how to get that done,
Yeah.
I respect a lot of things, and so I understand we're all on this YouTube for a different voyage,
Yeah.
It's all for the same end goal, but it's for a different voyage, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just always try to acknowledge the ones that I think are real, that hold it down, and then get at it. Like you and Noir are my favorite live streams, right?
Oh, wow.
I like.
Yeah.
Every time I see you pop on live stream, I always hop in here. Sometimes I may not say nothing.
That's
I'm
okay.
doing other work,
Yeah,
but stuff's playing in the background.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm prepping my video for tomorrow or whatever, because I'm going to record it in the morning. But the same with Noir. Every time Noir's on every Thursday.
Yeah.
Every Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he's on live stream with Autumn.
Yeah.
And I always watch it. A lot of times I don't say nothing anymore because I'm doing stuff, but y'all two are so gifted with your craft and your skill and the things that you do. It makes somebody like me look up to y'all, because I'm just like, man, if I could ever get that, I never will, because I don't practice the keyboard like y'all have.
I hear you.
I'm just not going to at this point in my life, but I always think to myself, man, if I could be as dope as they are, like putting together melodies and chords, I would be so sick. But then I don't apply the effort, to get there,
Yeah, I feel like I missed out on something, man. You talk about you rapped and stuff like that. You don't. Is there a space for that? It's the stuff online, like I feel like people are missing out on that.
I'll send you something.
Okay.
No, cause I just did some stuff, something the other day. I've been working on, but I just don't. I mean, you can go through my shorts and stuff, and there's some raps that like when I collaborated with Ab a few times, or just some stuff that I've done. But I don't really bring the raps to the channel. But then when people hear me rap, they be like, "Oh my God, nigga, why don't you rap more?" And it's like I'm torn because I'm old school, right? So
Okay.
I'm like a 90s 2000s rapper, right? So I'm gonna
Okay.
have bars. You know what I'm saying? So like I wrote this rap. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna like do a whole rap or like get into all that other stuff, but I wrote this rap and I'll send you a link to the video after we get done.
Okay.
But then this rap is like this rap is like 10 years old, but I never put it on a track. So then
Hmm.
I was like, oh, let me go ahead and just use it for this demo video. And then when I put the demo video, and everybody was like, bro, why don't you fucking rap more? And I'd be like, you know, uh, because I don't want to make the channel turn into this channel of me rapping all the time
I got you.
and me and people listening to me rap all the time, right?
Right.
So I'm just gonna spit a few bars. I mean, it's gonna be a
Okay.
few bars, but
That's
it's a
fine.
few bars.
I want to hear it.
Um, So it's like, I'm dropping it. Sitting back like an auto man. Quarterback in our mottogram. Paper stack is that motto, man. Make it happen, no lotto plan. Set up shop like a taco stand, the aficionado. And fire like Colorado. Strand Savage, call me the macho man. Or mankind of McFoley. Are you Goku? Are you Broly? Do you hold it down for them Brodies? Just know when I come through, man, shot split heads like goalies. You can praise a lot, but just know the situation was already holy. On the roads to American dreams, you can call me Cody. I'm old school. 44 and I still sip on them 40s. My girl still is my shorty. My niggas still my woadies. High key, I'm an OG. No need to put that on low key. Some, you know me. Manson type piece of killer. Montana type piece of dealer. Trigger type hill stiller. Rider like four wheelers. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
like,
Okay.
I got bars though, dog. I real got
Hey.
bars though, dog.
I think that's third. If you don't feel like it should be on your channel, there still should be a space for that, man. In my opinion, I feel like that
I,
should be a space for that, and there's people that want that, and don't decide for them until they're able to hear it for themselves if they should hear it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, give them a chance to
right.
experience it, and then let them decide for themselves if they want to eat from that plate or not. And I understand not wanting to put it on your platform that you grinding on, but I still think that there's room for you there, man. Especially if that's fun. If
Yeah. But here's the thing too, though.
What's up?
I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I never want to perform again.
Okay.
I never want to get on stage again. And it's not because I'm scared or what. It's with everything that comes with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if I go do a show, I gotta be the promoter, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
be the point of contact. So then that means that I know I gotta get there early, I gotta get everything set up, I gotta be in charge of the fucking sound test and all that other
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
But the worst part is I know I gotta be there. If the bar closes at 2, I gotta be there till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning before we can get paid.
Right.
And then I gotta chase everybody down, pay. I don't wanna do all that extra stuff.
Right.
I don't wanna be forced into performing and that's another 8 hours of a day that I have to spend somewhere doing a show.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah. There's a
Because
lot.
they don't, either they're just the performer.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm saying?
you're in the role of promoter. You are dealing with logistics
Right.
before the
But
show and after the show.
I could never do shows if I wasn't in charge of the shows.
I see what
If
you're
that
saying.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And so then that makes the rapping part not as fun for me anymore because I know I'm just rapping for a YouTube video or I'm gonna spend my time, I'm gonna spend 2 hours writing a rap or a song that I'm not gonna do nothing with because I don't want to perform anymore.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It does make sense, and the good thing is that you don't have to do that anymore. You know, you don't have to in today's age. You don't have to do the shows. People may want it, but if you don't want to, then the answer is no. That's your boundary. So you got boundaries now, and it sounds like to me that when you had to do everything, it took you outside the boundary of you just being an artist because now you're artist and manager and promoter and employer paying and biz manager. Like you did all that at once. But I still believe there's a space where you can create it, where you can perform on your terms or create content or record that, put it on tape. Just put it on tape, man. And don't even worry about visuals, but just give it a space, man. I think it's worthy enough to have that and to give people a chance to experience that. For what I heard, you know what I'm saying? And even though it may sound like that you're old school, there's still people that want that vibe.
Right.
You
No,
know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with that 'cause that's what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I think that even though after the battles and everything's all done, I still think J. Cole is better than Kendrick and
right.
Drake, but it's because of how he raps. And it's based more off of the music I would listen to.
Right.
I want to listen to boom bap music.
Right.
And so like Drake and Kendrick don't make boom bap music, so I'm automatically gonna think J. Cole's better than both of them because he makes boom bap music.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to be open. I listen to Kendrick and Drake. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those weird people either who like started hating on Drake because
Yeah.
he got bodied. You know, like Drake only got bodied because we allowed social media influencers to get into the battle.
Yeah.
If we just let them battle,
Yeah.
I bet this battle would still be going on. We would still be getting tracks.
Yeah. And it was some of the best tracks of 2024, in my opinion.
Yeah, yo. I said this on stream. I've said this a bunch of times because I covered that beef a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Drake had the funniest line of the whole beef. The whole Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums.
That line right there.
That's the funniest. That's the funniest line of the battle. And then Drake had the best verse of the battle. So the third verse of Family Matters is basically a response to Euphoria. So when Kendrick's like, I hate Drake when he had card.
Yeah.
I hate Drake with the
Yeah.
melodies. So what did Drake say? Kendrick just open his mouth. I'll give you a whole verse of
Right.
melodies. You know what I'm saying? And then when he hit him with the Michael Jackson bars on that verse, hey, if you're a lyricist, this is why this beef was so jacked up. Because if you're a lyricist, you understand how hard it was for him to flip that Michael Jackson bar.
Yeah.
And then to fit the, you know what I'm saying? You say your brother Jermaine, you know what I'm saying? But you wanted him to stay out of the light. But a lot of people don't know when Jermaine was on the freshman cypher, Kendrick tried to get him kicked out because Jermaine was running late because his plane was running late. And so Kendrick was doing some shit behind the scenes before Kendrick blew up to try to get this nigga J. Cole taking off the double XL cipher. Most people don't know that shit though. So when you hear Drake saying, you say your brother Jermaine, but you wanted him to stay out of the light because you tried to keep that nigga out of the light. You was a hater, dog.
Right.
So it's like there's a lot of stuff in these bars that people don't know about who listen to this music and do this stuff. Well, I'm not trying to go there. I didn't mean to get off.
That's okay, yeah.
But it's just so much. It's so much with this writing raps and so much with that. That's why I kind of transitioned more into producing. And then I was doing a lot of ghostwriting, but I don't really do that anymore either. You know, I've kind of made a good enough amount of money. I can sit on for a little bit and like, do my little groove and my grind. And like, I ain't got to do that no more. I don't want to give my soul to somebody else. That's the hard thing about writing for people is because when you write, that's part of your soul.
Yeah.
You know, it's your experience, that's your life, and you're giving it to somebody else to like make money off of.
Right.
So like they might make $100,000, $200,000 off the song. You've made $3,000 off this song, and they're literally telling everybody your life. So like, that's the frustrating thing about music is trying to find your place, trying to find your range. And is it going to sit well with you at the end of the day? And a lot of people, they don't see that, man. So
yeah, they're not going to see that. But I think you made some great points about, first of all, that battle. But I think for you, I think it's good to know where you're at, man. It sounds like you know where you're at, and I'm always like a rest taker guy, like. And in addition to you knowing where you're at, I think there's a space there for you, man, and that you can keep the fun and experience the center of it, and let the main platform that you have be the business end of it, you know. And I think that'll be something there. You know, I'd rather see content creators like yourself make music, because that's where I relate to people the most.
Right.
You know,
no, I get it.
I can take that with me to work and listen. I can take that with me on vacation. Oh, you doing a record like that? Let me see if I could do a record like that or something like that. Bounce that idea. You know what I'm saying? That's what I vibe off more. I don't really need to know how every plugin works now and stuff like that. I don't really need tutorials, you know, but I could use inspiration. I could use motivation. I could use some, oh, you going, oh, shoot. Okay. You know, that's what will feed my soul. seeing that. We got equipment. That's great. Let's use our tools. We're like mechanics with a whole garage. Let's build some Ferraris in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Let's build some trucks in this thing. We got tools. We got welders. We got masks. We got tape. We got solder. You know what I'm saying? Build something creative, and that's why I want to see more. It's just hard to be creative because we know that there's a certain vulnerability that comes with putting something out on a creative platform versus informational. It's always a challenge. You have to kind of take a deep breath and say, all right, I'm gonna go do this. So I get that, man. But yeah, that was a highlight what you did there. That spit you put down, man. That was
It's like the first half of the verse was more fire, but it was older. I just like that last part because it's just bar after bar after bar.
Yeah.
But I think that like somebody like you or me, here's where I struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's often times where I want to do a live stream and just get on live stream and talk about whatever the current issue is. Not like necessarily like
a Drake and
like YouTube
Kendrick
beef or nothing, but like let's the Jay-Z shit, you know? Or so when I talked about Dame, that live stream is lit. You know what I'm saying? There's like 80, 90 people on the live stream at a time,
Right.
And I think that you could benefit from that too. Whether it's sometimes what I've come to realize about YouTube is that our subscribers don't always want to watch us make music.
That
they
is
don't
true.
Want us to react to music.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want to know our opinion about stuff. So like,
yeah.
What's weird to me is like I could do a stream, some fire ass stuff, like where I'm either listening to a bunch of fire beats or making music, right? And then like I can get on stream, just turn my camera on and talk about some bullshit for a couple hours, and there's 60, 70 people in there the whole stream.
Yeah.
But when I'm doing the really good streams, like right now, your stream tonight, it's a really good stream. The shit you was doing was fire.
Yeah.
There should be 150, 200 people in here.
I agree.
And we don't understand why the people ain't coming to listen to us make beats. But I could get on the internet and just talk shit about two people for an hour, and I can get all the views in the world. And that's not the way the music community should be.
No.
Should it be me helping you actually make music?
Right.
Or should it be me gossiping about something else? And that's one of my moral conflicts right now too, is because I know, I did a video I talked about Diddy yesterday. So I did a live stream talking about Jay-Z's case and Diddy's case.
Yeah.
But the only reason I did that live stream is because I don't think that it's fair that we as YouTubers, we get on this platform and we're quick to report on the first thing we hear.
Yeah.
everybody heard Jay-Z and a child molestation case.
Yep.
But when everything was dismissed and the lawyer who claimed that he can't even practice law in Southern New York anymore. And so now that's fucking up Diddy's case. Nobody came and talked about none of that.
No.
nobody wanted to be like, oh, Jay-Z's innocent.
Right.
But when you hear the initial shock, there's millions of views on videos, 500,000 views. But then nobody came back and reported the truth when everything was found out.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't like getting caught up in that current news cycle, because I don't want to report about somebody before the facts have come out.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring somebody down and get some money or some views. That's not what I'm about. No, that's not kosher. That's not cool, man. That's not G. That's not gangster.
No.
That's none of that shit.
No, I have noticed a lot that a lot of people will perform or do that simply for the likes, for the views, for the AdSense revenue. I struggle with that as well because I'm not a gossiper. I'm not, I struggle with trying to capitalize on the downfall of someone else. So like the whole R. Kelly thing, when he went down, I struggle with like highlighting that. Look at him go down. Look at, what I'm saying? Or look at this person got a kid now. This person had a baby. Or this one with this person now. I'm not really a gossiper type of person, and I've never really wanted to build a platform on that, I have been interested in doing different type of contents on different channels to experiment, to A/B, just like internet marketing, we A/B stuff to see what's more effective. But in my case with that, I'm just not a gossiper. I would rather a person state a fact and I disagree that fact without attacking the person. And unfortunately in this platform, there's a lot of disagreement, but unfortunately it goes away from the disagreement and actually attacking the person or attacking the character or trying to sensationalize that insult culture. I struggled with that in school. You know, in school, kids were really good at, doing the, as they say, dozens or, those type of jokes where they say, look at that dude, man, your pants tight. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Kids were really good at that. I never got good at that, but I never wanted to get good at that. I never wanted to get good at highlighting someone's flaws for comedy's sake or for being cool. And that carried with me into adulthood.
Yeah. So on that same topic, that's how I am.
Right.
I always say this because everybody's like, well, report on more stuff. I'm like, dog, I'm not TMC or Page Six or none of those other channels, right?
Right.
If I'm gonna report on something, like when I don't like where music's at. So I don't like where we're at with music right now. I don't like the fact that I don't care if Drake wins or loses a battle.
Right.
So I want to put this out there first. I'm more you heard my bars a second ago.
Yeah.
Clearly, I'm more Kendrick than I am Drake. When it
Right.
comes to music, I've driven hours to go see Kendrick perform. Like after the day I got divorced from my wife and I had to move all of our stuff out of our house and do all this stuff. I had Kendrick tickets that night to go to Chicago from Omaha.
Wow.
So I had to move and then I drove to Chicago. I went to go see Kendrick and I rock with that dude.
Yeah.
I don't like how rap has got from Drake lost a battle to Pusha T because Pusha T exposed Drake's child. Not every famous person puts their child out there on blast.
Right.
So why is that even a big deal?
Yeah.
Most people don't. I put my kids. I'm not on social media anymore. But I only put my kids on the social media sites that my families were seeing.
Yeah.
You never see my kids on YouTube. None of that
Right.
stuff. I played one of the beats that my son made. My son made a fire beat too.
That's dope.
But I played the beat he made, but I don't put them on these platforms. So I don't see how we get to a point to where rap goes from lyricism to more important to what's more sketchy.
Yeah.
Where Kendrick's calling Drake a pedophile.
Right.
PDF file. I'm sorry, I don't want to say. I gotta watch the words I'm saying something on your channel. But PDF, because I don't want you to get banned or shadow banned.
Yeah, I know they do that crap. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
But he called him a PDF file for kissing that 17-year-old girl where he was 23. The girl's daughter was there. What's worse though? So he said that, and then Drake was like, "Well, you beat your wife." Well, what's worse?
Right.
I guess the whole America decided that kissing a 17-year-old girl at 23 when it's legally consent in the state is worse than beating your wife, and that was wild to me. I'm just they're both awful. We should be booing both these Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is the preference of what we're doing now in rap beefs, they're both guilty.
Right.
They both lost. Right.
Yeah.
But people decided that Drake kissing a 17-year-old girl was worse than Kendrick potentially beating his wife.
Right.
I mean, if we're going to listen to lies, they're both horrible. They're both atrocious, right?
Right.
I would rather have my daughter, and I know this may sound jacked up, I would rather have my daughter on stage just kissing a rapper, and then she's back with me afterwards, than my sister getting her ass beat by her husband every day.
Right.
I'm just being real. That's that's real stuff that nobody wants to talk about.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about
that. Think that these insults are cool or whatever it is, and you take whatever part. So
I
don't like where the music is going, and that kind of gets me frustrated here as a producer too, is because when I speak out, people are like, "Oh, you're just a glazer," or, "Oh, you're just, you got his whatever in your mouth," and all this other stuff. And I'm like, "Nah, dog, I'm just like a OG battle rapper who used to host battle raps,
Right.
Like one of my best friends, the dude's on URL and Smack League and stuff. The dude battled up Cortez. He just, I got folks that be doing this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all, they're battle rappers, but they don't battle rap like that,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I know I got off on a little tangent, but I get frustrated. I guess to sum all that up, I get frustrated where this space is at, because what I want to do is provide people with the tools that I wasn't given when I was younger. But what I've come to realize is that me providing people with the tools I didn't get with when I was younger leads to people making music that's crazy that I would never support. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People send music to me and they be like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody sent me a track and it was like, "I don't fuck with black bitches. I don't fuck with black bitches." So I immediately stopped the track and I'm like, "Nigga, my mom mom's black. My sister's black. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's black. Now, granted, I married a half Filipino chick,
Right.
but I still have nothing but love for black people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was just the way that my life turned out, you know?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that I can't support. But what I realize is me teaching people, they don't have a lot of self-respect or respect for their culture or people in the culture or this music shit
Right.
or the words that they say, what those words, how they can impact another person, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's kind of probably where I'm so burned, is because of everything. It's because I don't want to always do the same thing. I don't want to be giving people tools to fucking make hate music. I don't want to give people tools to tear down the community. I don't want to like I don't want to do all these things because that's not what I was doing, you know?
Right.
Like I'm not. Why are you watching my page if that's what you're doing? I'm clearly not doing any of those things over here, you know?
Right. But that's the thing, though. You're not necessarily responsible for what someone does with the tool once you put it in their hand. You know, understand what I'm saying? You're not necessarily responsible for that. It doesn't make what you're doing a bad thing. And those people got to wrestle with their own demons and stuff like that, if we say it as demon. But, you know, but I can understand why that'd be frustrating, especially if somebody. That's why I'm kind of a little slow to do track plays, listening parties on my channel, because for one, everybody's shit is like thumbprint up the yin yang. So as soon as it's done streaming, it's like, oh, you got a copyright claim here and there. I'm like, come on, guys. And I get it, because everybody wants to make money off the music. And,
Right.
and that's frustrating, you know. And just to go back a topic with the Kendrick and Drake thing, you know, I saw the show and I know he got a lot of awards, but I had to reflect. And I said, you know, our genre is the only genre that gives you Grammy Awards putting someone else down. And
Right.
and our genre is the only one that does that. I get it. It's hip hop. It's a battle. So no holds barred. I get that culture and I get that dynamic. But would Kendrick, in my opinion, nothing against Kendrick and his skill, but would Kendrick had gotten that much stuff in 2024, leading to the 25 point, if there wasn't a Drake?
Well, if Kendrick puts out a track, I agree with Drake on this thing, right? And again, I'm more of a Kendrick fan than Drake. Kendrick just opened his mouth.
Right.
Somebody just give him a Grammy right now.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. Anytime Kendrick puts out an album, he's gonna get Grammys.
Yeah.
So if this beef doesn't happen, and instead of him putting out the Drake tracks, he just puts out another track, Kendrick probably would have won stuff. You know, just because they're going to give Kendrick Grammys. You know? Like I think that what's jacked up with our culture is a lot of things, right? It's a whole bunch of things. So we'll start with the Grammy issue first.
Okay.
Grammys don't matter. Grammys don't matter to hip hop because they gave Macklemore a Grammy over Good Kid, Mad City, Magna Carta, all these banger ass. Kanye dropped whatever. Like there was some banger albums that dropped, some hip hop classics that dropped that year.
Yeah.
And they gave it to Macklemore. Eminem done won like album of the year in hip hop like 6 or 7 times, and like 3 of them times he ain't deserve the shit. Like I'm not a racist, and
Sure.
I don't hate on white people for practicing black music
Right.
or none of that other stuff, right?
Right.
But I don't like the way that the Grammys are set up because it's a majority of white people who are voting on
members.
every genre.
Yeah.
And so if you're not from the culture, I always say this. I say this on my streams, and again, this isn't about me being racist. Again, I'm from the suburbs, right?
Right.
But the first rap song I remember hearing was The Bridge Is Over. The Bridge Is Over. Where KRS, one of them, killed the where the Boogie Down Productions killed the you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
It was like the battle song that killed all them dudes. And then Rakim, it's been a long time.
Right.
These are the first songs I can remember hearing when I'm like 6 or 7 at family barbecues, right?
Yeah.
And then the way that I live in my life is my parents broke down lyrics all the time. So like we would listen to some LL Cool J, or we would listen to some whatever the case was, and then they would go through and break down all the lyrics to me. So that was like part of like Sunday dinner, or that was part of like. So when people come in and get into the culture, and then they try to tell people what hip hop is, motherfucker, if you was listening to Guns N' Roses or Aerosmith at your family functions, don't come over here trying to tell people what the fuck hip hop is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we got a different experience of life. Like, if your fucking dad wasn't taking you to school listening to Too Short or Tupac in the morning, don't fucking tell me about hip hop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, if your mama was picking you up and she wasn't fucking listening to fucking Biggie Smalls or whoever it was,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to tell me about hip hop, because this is something that, like, this is all I had. This
Right.
is all we got. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? This is all we got.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I get frustrated when I just get frustrated with this culture, because now where we're at a point where people don't sit down and break down music with their kids. I'll give my ex-wife a lot of props because she's Filipino, but she don't listen to BS. She listens to the same stuff I listen to. So my kids listen to Prince.
Right.
My kids listen to Michael Jackson. My kids listen to early Kanye. My kids listen to Jay-Z. My kids listen to stuff that's not like bottom of the barrel, like, you know, twerk something. You know what I'm saying? Twerk. My kids don't listen to shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I respect my ex-wife for that immensely. But as we're here in this space as YouTube content creators, it's hard to break this down,
Yeah.
because it might be a video I make and I'm trying to explain this, and I'm trying to give people a realistic view, like a view of, hey, this is why some people feel this way, you know, and being like this versus you MFers got to listen to me, you know, instead of being a mad and angry black dude, you know, when I'm like trying to be like, hey, this is why people feel this way.
Yeah.
Old people ain't want to watch the video because they don't need me. They don't need me to understand. They don't need me to explain why old people feel the way that they do. And then like the content section be a whole bunch of young people trying to rip me apart, and I'm like, y'all are missing my whole point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the reason I made this video, is because you're missing my whole point.
Right.
And then the second piece to that, so you were like, this is the music that our culture that we listen to. Well, that's because white people are in charge. I'm not, if you're white out there, I'm not racist, dog. I rock with everybody. I promise you, if there's some white dudes out there, I've dated more white women than you are. You have. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the suburbs. But what I'm getting at is it's white radio executives, and they're the ones that control the radio waves. And so with hip hop music, it's a perpetual cycle of the same thing over and over again. So they want us to perpetuate that struggle, so black people think that struggle is what you should strive to be.
Right.
And so that's why you see so many black people wanting to be thugs or be gangsters or sell drugs or have sex half ratio with a bunch of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put this nasty ass music on the radio. They're the reason we don't hear Nas on the radio no more.
Right.
When I was younger, Nas was on the radio.
That's
Biggie
right.
was on the radio.
Yeah.
We was talking about take that. No, we can't talk about that like that no more.
Right.
But like we had Bad Boy. It was like
Right.
it wasn't nasty music like we hear now with the Futures
Yeah.
and the 21 Savages and all this other stuff.
Right.
You know? And so it's a frustrating point, because to tie everything together, I want to tell people, hey, this is what hip hop's about. This is what we break down. This is why lyricism's dope. But they don't understand that because they're 22 and all they've heard is Future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was one of the biggest scumbags in the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? But that's their hero. You know, they're listening to 21 Savage, you know, who's over in other countries, you know, needing to get pardoned by freaking Trump. You know, they're listening to all these rappers that just aren't, it's not it, you know? Yeah, we had NWA. The NWA would be similar to that or whatever, but they did have some tracks that weren't all gangster stuff or all talking about women negatively too, you know?
Yeah.
Express yourself. Listen to Express Yourself.
Yeah.
The deep hip-hop songs of all time.
Right. I remember that record. Yeah. Now, I agree with you. It frustrates. Yeah, a lot of the music today is definitely focused on those frequencies or energies that you're talking about. And I mean, I see it. I think I was just watching the Bad Bobby battle track that I just saw come out. I was like, oh, she rapping again? And then I saw what she was talking about. I'm like, man, yeah, it's, you know, that. But at the same time, I do remember what it's like when I was around 22, and it really was about fun, not necessarily meaning.
Right.
But it was a little bit different for us back then because it was fun, but it was like fun and meaning. Now it's just fun without meaning.
Yeah, because I feel like, I guess our experiences are different. I'm not sure if are you from Atlanta originally?
Well, originally from Flint, Michigan.
So we should have a similar experience in life, because I'm from Omaha. Now,
Right.
granted, Flint's a little more. Flint and North Omaha are as ghetto as each other are, but I didn't grow up in North Omaha. I grew up in the suburbs. I'm a military brat.
Right.
My whole family lived in the hood, North Omaha, and then when I grew up, I moved to North Omaha. Like, you know, like once I became like 20, I was like, I'm about to go live with the brothers and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it was mixed, but we had our pockets. Flint was where I came up. It was very conservative, extremely conservative, like AM church radio on 24/7, gospel stations in the car. But then again, the R&B stations were on, and I had to sneak to go hear the real hip hop stuff.
To get context, though, I thought Flint was like 60 or 70% black people.
It
Am I
is.
wrong?
You're right. But I grew up. I vacationed a lot, and I grew up around multiple cultures. So while maybe the majority of the high school I grew up in was black, the majority of, like, especially around high school, the majority of women that I hung around was actually white and Latino, because I spoke too proper, and they made fun of how I spoke back then because I didn't talk like, I'm just gonna say, I wasn't talking like a nigga up in there.
Not get it.
And they didn't connect with that, but the white girls and Latinas, they did, you know. But that's sort of a subreddit on that joint. But yeah, it definitely majority black. There was definitely, the music you're talking about was all there. I was around it. It just wasn't in the house because I grew up on the R&B side and the Christian R&B side, more so the hip hop. But then I had a sibling who definitely helped us get the hip hop in the door. But you had to do that outside the house. You know what I'm saying? And then in the schools, you know, I still was exposed to everything, but it was a different dynamic.
I get it. I get it. And trust me, I get it. Because, you know, like, I get, I kind of get the, sometimes I talk proper, but I choose to talk this way, you know?
Right.
I can talk however I want to talk, you know what I'm saying? But if I can talk just how I want to talk, and it's going to give me every opportunity in the world, why would I not talk the way I want to talk?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you on that. But yeah, it's a different era now with this music. I really just see it as the kids just having fun. Unfortunately, it's just a little, I don't know. They say a little bit more. They cuss a little bit more in schools now versus when I came up. We didn't cuss in school. Now now I see them doing it right in front of adults. I'm like, dang, I don't remember it being like that. You know.
But you know what's crazy about that though? I never cursed in school. Well, I mean, I always cursed in school, but when teachers went around, you know,
right.
I was always a little badass. But I grew up in like a straight white neighborhood. I dealt with a lot of racism. I don't want to get into that conversation right now, but I was around a lot of white kids, and I've never seen people cuss their parents out and act as wild as, yo, you go to somebody's house and they invite you over for dinner.
Yeah.
So one of my homies, right, and I watch wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
A huge wrestling fan. I don't care what nobody say.
That's what's up.
Fake. I know it's fake, but whatever you watch on TV is fake too. That's fake too. You know.
Yeah.
Y'all be watching King of Thrones, and you're mad at me for watching wrestling. Dungeons and Dragons, and I can't watch wrestling. You watch Dungeons and Dragons.
I used to be really big into wrestling. Like, I was really big into the wrestling until The Rock put Cena over on the second match, and that's when I kind of had to. That's when the fantasy ended it for me.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Not to get into that conversation. That whole John Cena Rock situation is stupid because The Rock was jealous, or John Cena was jealous of The Rock,
right?
And did all these promos and all this stuff to try to tear The Rock down. And then what did John Cena do? What the fuck, the blueprint The Rock set out for you.
Right.
That's why when you see, like, when he said when because you know The Rock had that one time, The Rock had the writing on his arm. And stuff. And then John Cena calls him out, and Rock's like, dude, I don't do wrestling all the time. I can't remember the promo. Like, I mean, like, as a human being, I understand why The Rock had cliff notes on his arm.
Right.
You know, just being real. Because, you know, I haven't been in the WWE now for like 9 years or so, 9 years.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this, you know? But I'm trying to put you over.
Yeah.
So, like,
and he
no
did.
How big, He definitely put John Cena over.
And that, man, I had somebody yelling in my, talking about John Cena. Man, that was traumatic for me because I was a Rock guy. I mapped the Wingstop over in Douglasville at the pay-per-view party. And then when that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm just sitting at the desk like, I ain't watching wrestling no more, man. Let me get the hell out of here now. The fantasy was over. I haven't been the same since.
Well, see, I go through spans with the wrestling. I know we're not. This ain't a wrestling podcast right now.
It just became one.
So, like, I was a huge wrestling fan as a kid. Like, I was right. I was a WCW guy But I was a WCW guy before they were popular.
Before
So, like,
NWO, basically.
yeah. And then I stopped watching wrestling before NWO even happened.
Okay.
But if people don't, a lot of people don't understand how WCW was better than WWF as far as product, because they had the Steiner brothers, they had Harlem Heat, they had freaking Sting, they had Ric Flair, they had Lex Luger, like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
They had like all the dope wrestlers. Like WWE just had Hulk Hogan and Bret
Bret Hart.
and Shawn Michaels, but
Right.
they didn't really have like the matches weren't as good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Jim Ross and their announcers were better than WCW. They're better than Tony Schiavone and all those people over there. This is how you know I'm a real wrestler.
Yeah, I hear it.
But this is how you know.
Yeah.
And then I stopped watching wrestling when I got about 15 because it wasn't cool no more. So I stopped watching wrestling, but then I started watching wrestling during the Attitude Era. So like when Kurt Angle and John Cena wrestled for John Cena's first match, and he slapped him and he was like ruthless aggression. Like that night, I'm not joking. That night was the night I started watching wrestling again because I was like, where I was working at, I was becoming a manager and I was hanging out with all the people who were in the company and they all watched wrestling.
Right.
And so then I watched wrestling again for like, from that point on, I watched wrestling all throughout the rated RKO era and, you know, like all that stuff. I watched wrestling. And then I quit watching wrestling again when I stopped hanging out with them folks, you know?
Oh, gotcha.
And then I started watching wrestling again. It was just some random night. It might have been one of the first nights that SmackDown was on Fox, and The Rock showed up. And The Rock did a set with Becky Lynch. And I was like, I'm all in again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It was like 2018. I'm all in again. So I go through spans of like, I like watching wrestling. I'm all in again, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Not for you. I remember one of the most impactful nights was when Razor Ramon put the 1, 2, 3 Kid over there in some arena somewhere. And then it was like he was the underdog, and then by the end of the match, 1 through 3, he was the kid before he became the 1, 2, 3 Kid. You know, big matches like that. But I remember Undertaker used to scare the crap out of me. You know, it was
Kane too, probably.
Kane. Yeah, Kane was scary. All that was just mad scary. So I was a big fan. Monday night was like a routine for me. When we finally got cable, Monday night was a routine for me every night, all the way up to when The Rock put over John Cena. After that, I stepped off and ain't really looked back since. I mean, I kind of find like the family right now. What they got, like the tribe? What's that with they're doing right now with the family?
Chief and shit.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns and all the Fatus and all them. Yeah, I know Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yo, Jey Uso is so lit right now.
Right.
So if you were a wrestling fan before and you stopped watching around that era, if you can see where Jey Uso's at right now, it's freaking crazy. And then like all the wrestling fans, this is the thing I don't like about wrestling is that if you go to a show, because I've been to pay-per-views. Like I've been to a pay-per-view where I watched John Cena fight JBL. I've seen Triple H wrestle CM Punk. Like I was at a fire. Like the CM Punk Triple H cage match was fire, right?
Yeah.
So like I'd have been to some events and stuff like that.
Right.
So if you've been watching wrestling for a while to see where Jey Uso came from, because he was the weakest person of the Usos. So
Right.
Jimmy was the dude, you know what I'm saying? And then when they became the Bloodline,
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Jey Uso was still the little snitch of the whole group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now this dude pops up into arenas. They play his music. It's just me, Oos.
Yeah.
Everybody in the crowd just going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
And they just wilding out. And so wrestling fans, where wrestling gets me tore up is like, y'all watch WWE every week. This is me talking to wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Y'all watch WWE every week. Nobody gets a reaction like Jey Uso.
Right.
Why should he not get a shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude done won like 12 tag team championships.
Yeah.
He was one of the biggest parts of the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah.
He got off the Bloodline storyline, and then he blew up individually.
Yeah.
Why can't he win the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
Why, you know? And the blogs hate it. The blogs hate it, bro. They hate it. Sorry, I didn't even get on.
That's okay. It's cool to get a little tangent there, but man, it sounds like to me like, man, there's a lot of topics that you're very knowledgeable about that you can go in on, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty. See, look, don't get me over here tooting my own horn, dog. I be trying to stay humble. You know, I be on my Kendrick. I be on that bitch. Stay humble. You know
I
what I'm
get it.
saying?
I
Slow
get
down.
it. I get it. But I think you need. I think maybe that's the frustration that you have all this, and it doesn't have a space to occupy. I think that's where the frustration is right now. Because if you can do that and create a space for that, the noise on what's frustrating right now with YouTube right now probably get turned way down.
I don't know though, because I have another channel where I do like sports podcasting, right?
Okay.
And I haven't really been on the channel that much lately because I don't want to run the channel by myself.
Okay.
And so initially, because the channel goes back years, way before my music channel. So the channel goes back years.
Right.
And I used to have a podcast with 3 dudes. Long story short, I don't know if you ever heard my Arizona story. When I moved to Arizona to be somebody's caregiver, the dude ended up being a piece of shit. I moved back. He was one of the people on the podcast. So then I shut that channel down. And then the other dude who was on the podcast, I'm still cool with. I love that nigga to death. Ricky, my guy.
Right.
But it's hard to do a podcast with Ricky because of the way that we talk to each other. Like I don't want to get spicy with Ricky.
Okay.
If we get spicy, then me and this dude are yelling and we're cussing each other out, and I don't like that. But we like. I pause on the likey.
I get
like,
it.
We're so cool.
Yeah.
That I want to do stuff with them, but in order for us to make the content entertaining, I don't like cursing at people every day.
I hear you.
So if I curse at you every day, I don't want to do that content. And I don't want to do the content by myself, but I'm really knowledgeable when it comes to like NFL and NBA. I'm like in like boxing and wrestling. I'm really knowledgeable about.
I hear it.
I probably know more about sports than I know about music. Just being real, you know.
Wow, I hear it, man. I hear it. So what enables you to do this music stuff by yourself, but in this day and age, but not the sports stuff? Why is there such a need for someone to bounce ideas off of in those places, but not in music stuff?
Probably because nobody's ever asked me that, but that's a good question, and I have the answer right off the top.
Okay.
Probably because of how I grew up with music. So I grew up in a music group, right? And it was a group of 3 of us, but we had we were like Wu-Tang, right? So in our city. So there was 3 of us that were like the main parts of the act. We called ourselves a culture clique. But then like everybody else would rap a little bit or make beats or DJ or whatever. Like everybody else had little different pieces that they would throw into this group. Well, I was always responsible. So I've been a manager since I was 16. I was a manager at 16 at Papa John's. And now at this point in time, we're like 20. And I'm a manager at this place called Pacesetter, which used to be the #1 home improvement company in the world. And so I called for the Denver department. And we live in Omaha. So Denver is an hour behind us. But you could call Denver until 10 o'clock at night. So I would have to work every night until 10. Everybody else would get off at 8.
I see.
And a bunch of the homies started working there. And then another person in the group starts working here. And then me and this other dude. I mean, it sounds fucked up. Like, the dude's like my best friend, right? And to this day, we've made up and everything's been rectified because we was best friends since we was young.
Right.
But he was like, you owe me some money. And I was like, bitch, you owed me money before I owed you money. I ain't giving you shit because you owe me the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I stopped. I literally borrowed money to you until I got to the point to where we was even, you know? So it was like we had a bunch of beef and he was the leader of the group. And so then it caused a bunch of turmoil and all this other stuff and this music.
Right.
So then I ended up getting kicked out of the group. And I stopped doing music, man, for like maybe like 4 or 5 years. I didn't do maybe like 3 or 4 years. I didn't do music, but I always freestyle everywhere I would go.
Yeah.
And then there became a point in time when I was a general manager at McDonald's, and I didn't like the way it was going. Like they just,
Right.
you know, I was running this great store. You send me to the fucking hood. And then you don't give me no tools and no reason. I'm not doing this shit no more. So I quit that job.
Yeah.
And they gave me a settlement package, and I think I got like $15,000 or something for the settlement package. So I ended up buying a studio. And this is probably when I'm like 29. So this is probably like 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And so then from there, I built. And so then I started just making everything by myself.
I got you.
And then I started getting in with people who were doing shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna make all my music myself in the house.
Yeah.
I'll figure out how to make the beats. I'll figure out how to do all the things. And I'm just gonna make music by myself
Right.
because I know I'm dope. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I go, if I go to Atlanta, if I go to St. Louis, if I go to Arizona, everybody's like, you're dope, and we have sessions. So I know that I'm dope. Nobody can take that away from me. So even when these people are slandering me and hating on me, I know I'm dope because I'm going outside of our city. I'm going to bigger cities, you
Right.
know? Like, I mean, I got CDs, dog. I mean, I've done some shit, you know?
Okay.
But that's what made me do this shit. And then I became the promoter and I became the guy.
Right.
Because I was working hard and I was grinding hard. So when I came to Atlanta, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm always trying to be honest. I was just coming off of being on drugs and
Okay.
getting divorced and having all this jacked up stuff happen in my life, and I was just trying to get my life together.
Okay.
And I got like a jacked up back, so I can't really go do a job being a general manager no more. So I had to figure out,
Right.
what can you do in order to make money.
Mm.
So I was working this job part-time telemarketing where I was working for this company called ShiftSmart, but I was basically working for like Top Golf and like Quinnipiac polls and stuff like that, and I was just doing random stuff. I picked whatever job I wanted to work for the day, and I'd do that.
Right.
But then I started grinding YouTube at the same time, and then maybe about 3 years ago, it got to the point where I was like, I make enough off this YouTube that I could survive. And so then I just grinded it out from there because it's about more than just the YouTube views. It's about, I'll do sponsored videos. I ain't doing every sponsored video.
Right.
If a nigga see my inbox, they'd be like, they would really understand, you know?
Yeah.
I showed them on stream the other day. I'm like, look at my inbox, right? I'm like, it's February 21st. I have like 35 offers for sponsored content, and I've done 2 sponsored videos this month.
Wow.
So I'm not, you know, like it's just one of those things. You can believe me or not, but the proof is in the pudding. Here, look at my email. This is what my email looks like. And
Yeah.
you'll see what I do content for, you know?
Heck yeah.
Once I figured out how to balance the affiliate links with the YouTube content and the sponsored content, that's when I knew I could just do this all by myself, you know?
Right.
So I know, again, I'm sorry, I'm long-winded, my boy. I
That's
apologize
okay.
for that.
That's good. That's good. I appreciate you sharing that and, you know, letting us know what the opinion is about that. And, you know, maybe you just needed to talk about this, man, to somebody who can kind of relate on some of the issues you're talking about, especially with this platform. That might be the healing aspect right there. You understand what I'm saying? Just to say, hey, this is what's frustrating. This is what I'm dealing with. Sometimes it's you just have to have a conversation about it. You know, that actually will move the bar a notch in the right direction that you needed to go to help you get to where you want to get to next. You know, this whole conversation has gotten you one step closer to the fun you're looking for again, even if it may not feel like it or appears like it. You just took a step.
I'm sorry to cut you. I get it from this perspective because you go through the same struggle I go through. And
Yeah.
I think that you're far more talented at this shit. And I think that like this is a super compliment. I think that every time that you make music, you probably could have more fun than I can because of what you can do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But knowing that you go through some of the same struggles, maybe not the exact same struggles, but
Similar.
yeah. But that's cool though, because it makes you realize you're not the only one who's battling these same. I
Yeah.
don't want to say insecurities because I'm not insecure about my music or what I do, but
I hear you.
it's not insecurities, but it's more of like just battling demons, I guess. You know, like just trying to do better,
Yeah.
even if you're not doing better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you come a long way. From what I'm hearing, you come a long way, man. You've gotten through. You have been through some things. And you've gotten through some things. You understand what I'm saying?
Man.
And I think that's you know, you got to sometimes reflect on that, you know, and don't let those bad things be things that define you. You know, because I'm really good at that. If something bad happened to me, man, I'll start tearing myself up mentally, man. I'll start just going into this mental dialogue that's really unkind to me, man. But in the midst of all this, man, you know what I'm saying? Don't let stuff define you or remind yourself not to let it define you. And also be okay with being kind to yourself, too. Because if you're anything like me, see, I'm somewhat of a perfectionist sometimes with my shit. So I'm very critical. I could be very critical of myself, especially if I don't have certain numbers on this platform. I'll be bad critical. But in that being real critical, yeah, you can kind of make yourself better, but there's a threshold to where you go from being critical to not being kind to yourself. You always got to keep that space where you can be kind to yourself.
one thing that I did to where YouTube doesn't really tear me down as much. I don't really pay attention to my numbers anymore.
I got you.
I'll look at my numbers for the first 2 hours, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
And then so like, because I know how it's gonna go. You
Yeah.
typically know how videos
Yeah.
trend. You know,
Yeah.
if that shit starts off popping, all right, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then like I'd be like, I set expectations on what I expect from a video. So when I do reviews for certain companies, I'm not gonna call it companies because
I get it.
I got working relationships with them, and fuck it, we'll call it companies. Fuck it, we're gonna do it live.
Do it live.
So I know if I do a video with like Arturia, I know the shit's gonna give me 5,000 to 10,000 views.
That's
I just know what I'm gonna get. If I do something that's like for like UJam or like Karani Sounds, I might only get 1,000 views.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean that I'm trash as the promoter,
Right.
or not the promoter, but as the content creator. But it doesn't mean that the company's trash either. It just
Right.
means that people either A, don't know about the shit,
Right.
or they're not checking for that shit. And
Right.
that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Or like if I'm doing like a free plugin roundup, I know that video is gonna get me 10 to 20,000 views. You know, I just kind of know where the videos are gonna get me.
Yeah.
So now at this point, I'll put the video out and I'll watch for a couple hours. Now I won't lie to you, if the video is doing really good,
You like to see that keep going.
I'll keep watching that. I'll
Yeah.
keep watching it because it puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
But if a video is just doing normal or performing what I think it's gonna do, I don't pay attention to that video. I never even look at that video for like another month or two. I'll just let it sit in the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a sponsored video, I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Not worried about all this other stuff. Like I'll just let it sit. And,
Yeah.
You know, like I did a video with that verse I kicked earlier for UJam last week.
Okay.
And the plugins were fire. It
Right.
was like it was 2 fire plugins.
Yeah.
When I tell you, you'll understand this. I know you'll understand this. I don't normally rap on my videos, but if I want to see what this plugin's gonna do on vocals and all this other stuff, that means I really like that plugin. I'm really digging this shit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm really digging it. Nobody watched that video, but it was like I put more work and time and effort in that video than I normally put in other videos, and so. But I knew it. I knew it at the beginning when I shot the video. Nobody's gonna watch this video, but if they do catch it, they're gonna catch one of the best videos they can catch because I really think this is fire, and I'm trying to put extra work and effort in. I ain't gotta do none of this. I ain't gotta make 2 demo beats.
Right.
I ain't gotta make 2 demo beats and record a song. I ain't gotta do none of that stuff.
Right.
I can just sit through it and play. I ain't gotta do none of that stuff. You know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so sometimes. What I do appreciate about this space is the opportunities that you get as long as along with me or all of us creators, we get all these tools that we get to play with, and when you really find those tools that excite you, you have some of the best times of your life. You have some of the greatest times, of your life. Like I love being a father.
Right.
And the second to that is I love being a musician. And so I can give you times where I've had more fun making music than hanging out with my kids.
Right.
And I love hanging out with my kids. My kids look at me like I'm a fucking god.
Right.
They're with me. They only see me every once in a while.
Yeah.
So I as we get frustrated, I can't lie though. And there are times where I'm super happy that I'm in the field that I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, because when I get my funks, I don't have to go to work, you know?
Yeah.
Like, where most people, when they're down on themselves, they still got to get up and go to work 40 hours this week.
Yep.
My black ass don't want to go to work this week. I ain't got to work the whole week. I ain't got to do shit.
That's
I don't
beautiful,
got to
man.
plug onto the computer. I can cook. I can drink. I can smoke. I can do whatever I want to do all week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I understand that's a privilege that most people don't get, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. I think that's something I'm aspiring to. I wanna do that. I wanna stay home.
Yo, all you gotta do, my boy, I'm telling you. I mean, if you're not, well, this is a conversation we can have offline. I don't have socials anymore, but I'll email you if your email is not in any of your chats.
Yeah.
Then email me. I'll give you my number and you can text.
Yeah.
But I can link you in with everybody.
Okay.
Because a lot of this shit, like all the companies, dog, whatever companies that you don't mess with and that I mess with, I can easily link you in. All I gotta do is send them a copy of you making music, and they're gonna be like, ooh, they're gonna bite at their chops.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's look, I ain't rich, I ain't doing the greatest, but I know how to leverage my money. I know how to manage my money.
That's
I was
good.
general manager for the Grip.
Yeah.
And then I know how to manage sponsorships.
That's
So
good.
if I get, 3-4 sponsored videos for the month, and that gets me, whatever,
Yeah.
$1,200, $1,500. I get $1,000 from YouTube. I can make $2,500 work,
Yeah.
and then like I'll grind a little bit more and make some other money doing other shit, like like affiliate links. And
Yeah.
all this other shit. 'Cause every month affiliate links should come in from Zounds.
Yeah.
Zounds pays you every month,
Right.
or whatever other country, Audio Modern or
Yeah.
Plugin Boutique, or like. It's all about figuring out how much money you need for the month
Yep.
and grinding towards those amount of dollars. And that's kind of just what I do is I grind towards those many dollars. And then you can do shit like you can do sounds, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you have all the synthesizers,
Yeah. Yeah.
create sounds for these companies.
Yeah.
And
True.
you'd be like, hey, I'll give you 30 to I'm dropping game right now. So if anybody's
Gems.
if you clip this stream, you can't put this part in the stream because I can't give all this information out.
I understand.
But if you can make 25 to 30 sounds for a plugin,
Yeah.
you can make at least $1,000.
Yeah.
So if you want to spend 2 days making sounds,
I've done it.
$1,000. Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you can always do that.
I need to keep doing it. That's my
And then the thing is, when you have time now, before you even get into those shoes, start building sounds.
Yeah.
So then when you get to this first company, because here's the thing. Again, I'm giving out game right now. If
It's
anybody's
gems.
listening, I'm giving out game.
Yeah.
So like you can have, like let's say I have 50 sounds.
Yeah.
And a company wants me to put it into their plugin and make the sound unique. Okay, I can do that shit.
Right.
But then I can still use those same 50 sounds for another plugin.
Yeah.
Because I got to run them through different sound engines and it's going to sound different when I'm putting different effects and different things on there.
You're right.
So sometimes you can get away with using the same sounds doing presets because the company's not interested in your sound.
Mhm.
They're interested in the preset, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So they want you to freak that fucking sound
Yeah.
and then get these long, everlasting sounds and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, if you just have sounds on deck, you can just continue to use those sounds and continue to use those sounds, and the sound engines are going to make them sound different. And you've literally done no extra work. And
Right.
well, you've done a little. You probably spent 4 hours, tweaking these, these sounds in a new plugin, but you've done not that much work, and you've made $1,000 for 4 hours work.
Yeah.
I ain't got to
agree.
work for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I gotta
right.
work for the rest of the week if I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've done presets. Like I did this preset called Chemicals on Massive a few years ago. That shit blew up, man. Because I did a remake of Bryson Tiller's Don't.
I've seen that. I've seen that video.
Yeah, and that plugin, that preset kit got me to LA twice with something. It was pretty hitting. The video was getting a lot of views, so I was getting a lot of traffic. And I sold a lot of copies of those presets. And I just got to start doing that again. Start making more products to put out, more content to get stuff like that. But also get a channel that'll actually get me views, because this channel is old and it doesn't, unless I'm talking about certain topics like we talk about, it's hard to get that traffic going with this channel, because I think there's a lot of weird stuff algorithmically with this channel going on
Right.
that I've been fighting for a long time that I can't pinpoint onto one thing, which is why I'm pivoting, still doing this channel, but pivoting so I can see if I can A/B and test to see if my theories is true or is bullshit. But I gotta get the hard data and get away from emotions and frustration and find out.
So here's a piece of advice
Yeah.
that I want to give you.
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
know if you want to use it or not.
Yeah.
But I tried to reach out. Somebody was talking about they wanted to do it, but as you start more channels, get other people invested in your channel.
I got
So
you.
find yourself, because that's how Weaver is doing so well, is because he doesn't run his second channel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody does all the editing, they do everything.
Mm.
And I think that he just splits that channel with him.
Yeah.
When he gets off of a live stream,
Yeah.
they chop up the live stream and they do everything. So they run that channel. He doesn't even look at comments. He does nothing with that channel. But
Wow.
it supplements his income because now he's got an extra channel that gets a bunch of views that somebody else is running.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of something that I want to do. I want to get back into doing the live streams where I'm creating music versus listening to music,
Yeah.
and because I used to love that shit. That was probably part of the some of the most fun I had on YouTube was when I was doing live streams and collaborating with subscribers.
Yeah.
So if I could find somebody who would be willing to edit a channel where all I'm doing is subscribing or, making music or collaborating with people or making songs and doing all this other stuff, I feel like that would get my love to a different level of this platform because I don't have to manage that shit.
Right.
But I ain't got time to manage this channel, edit all the videos, do all the thumbnails, and then I got another channel,
Yeah.
and then do sports, and then I can't.
I hear you.
I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me. I'm not built like that,
I feel you.
I mean, I'm built to work hard, but I couldn't. I don't see myself running 4 channels.
Yeah.
And doing everything, 3, 4 channels and doing everything.
Right. No, but that's good. I mean, you definitely dropped some good gems tonight. Some good reminders for me, man. Because I get involved in so much stuff, I will forget a lot of stuff I'm supposed to do or tie into because I'm doing so much different stuff, even off of the platform and in the streets when I'm gigging and doing events and singing and performing. But that's a good reminder of some things that I need to get back into and make time for. And I believe I can, but I have to manage my time better because I'm still 9 to 5 in it. So I gotta be disciplined, but I can be disciplined.
Bro, I get it. Trust me. When I was throwing all those shows, I was a general manager. I was working 60 hours a week. I get it. And then when I started this channel, even when I was starting to, I don't want to say blow up because I haven't blown up, but when it started to get a little bit bigger and I was still putting out 4 or 5 videos a day, I was working like 40 hours a week at that telemarketing job. I mean, I get it. I know the struggle. When you work, the struggle is even harder.
Yeah.
but if you could ever get to a place to where you can get by for 3 months, quit that fucking job.
I feel you.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious because if you don't ever quit that job, you can only give so much.
Right.
When I quit the job, because I don't make as much now as I did years ago, as far as from YouTube ad revenue, but I put out less videos a month. So now I really only put out like 8 to 10 videos.
Right.
But when I quit my job, I was putting out like 20 videos because I had more time. I quit
Right.
my job. I ain't got just make videos all day. Shit, I ain't got shit to do.
Yeah.
So now I don't make the brunt of my money from YouTube. I make the brunt of my money from the combined sum of all the things that I figured out. So if you can ever get it to a point to where you don't got to work for a few months, or okay, I got 2 months of rent covered, and I got YouTube money coming in, let me grind.
Right.
Because now you have to grind.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like if you have to do this shit, you gotta do this shit.
Right.
You know why your parents could take care of you? It's because they had to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know why my dad took care of me? Because he had to. You know why I pay child support to my ex-wife every fucking month? $900 every fucking month? It's because I have to. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Like, once you get to a certain point, you can get stuff figured out, and you can get the grind going.
Yeah.
Bro, quit. Because if you never quit, you're never gonna put your foot all the way in.
Yeah.
If you don't quit, you're halfway in and you're halfway out. And if you quit, you're gonna give yourself more time to figure stuff out. And I'm not trying to tell you to quit and like fuck up your whole livelihood or shit like that.
No, I hear what you're saying. I'm
saying if you need to grind and get yourself to a point to where you can quit and then quit and don't look back.
Right.
And I almost didn't do that. I would probably still be working at that job and doing YouTube. I'd be a lot better financially off. But I have a friend who runs an advertising company, and his advertising company is for, they do advertisements for Burger King, CVS, Chipotle, a bunch of major companies, right? They do all the ads for these companies. And he was like, I would have never, and he's the dude who runs the company. He was like, I would have never been able to do this if I didn't quit my other job. Right. I would have never been able to figure out all this other stuff if I didn't save up a little bit and then do this full time and jump all the way in. Because it's the trial and the error that makes you successful versus everything else. It's just trial and error, you know?
Yeah.
That's what makes you successful. But when he was telling me that, I was like, fuck it, I'm all in. And so it was right at about the point where I was going to quit, and I quit. Dog, I've moved across the country a couple of times and done a bunch of shit, not working another job, but just YouTube. And I'll always be able to make it work. I've been in this apartment for a year. I don't foresee myself getting evicted for not making money. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I live in a gated
Right.
community. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it's in the deck, but I
Right.
live in a gated community and it's not a bad apartment.
Yeah.
There ain't never no threats or nothing. But if I wouldn't have just stepped in, I would have never been able to do it. And I have half as many subscribers as you,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about figuring out what the people want, dog.
Yeah. That's the truth, man. Good stuff, man.
Well, shit. I'm about to get off here in a second, but when the fuck you coming over here to kick it, dog? We gotta figure that out. You
Yeah.
gotta come over here and we don't even gotta do content, or we can do content. It could just be a kick it session. If
Yeah,
you
we
want
just
to do
kick it.
content, sorry, I'm looking at my vape to see how much juice is in
That's
here.
all
I
right.
apologize.
No, that's all right. Yeah, no, I need to just come by and kick it, man, and do that, man. I think that's gonna happen real soon now, man. Especially after this conversation.
Yeah, cause I'm like I said, I'm a chill ass dude. I'm a real chill dude, bro. Like
That's good. Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
type of person you come over here and just play with my shit if you
Yeah.
pause.
Right. Yeah.
And you can play with all the music or whatever you want to. I know you probably play with everything I have over there, but
Yeah.
we can just jam. We can write. You can write songs. If you
Yeah.
want to do content together.
Yeah.
If you just want to do content for your channel
Yeah.
first, or we can do two pieces. I mean, I don't care. I just want to kick it
Right.
with people who do music, like-minded people like me.
That
You know?
that makes sense to me, man. Heck yeah.
I cook, so there'll be food over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good time.
Absolutely, man.
I'll be drinking though. That's one thing you got. I'll be drinking. That's one thing you gotta know. Just know that I'm gonna have alcohol over here. I don't know how much you drink, or you don't have to drink, but just know that I'm gonna have some beer. So, if I do.
Have some Cayman Jack over there, and I'll be ready to go.
All right, bro. All right, man. Well, I gotta get up off here, so I gotta finish prepping the video. I gotta get up at probably 6 to record a video for tomorrow. So,
Okay.
I appreciate you inviting me on your platform, dog.
No
and-
problem,
and
man.
Just letting me talk and you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was
No
fun.
extra.
No, it's
Yeah.
fun. It was good. It was good. It was a good. Yeah, I pretty much am open on this platform now with this live stream. So this is a good detour off the typical path. So this was fun. It was informational for me. It was also inspiring me, and I hope that you got something out of it too as well.
No, it was definitely a good conversation for me to have. I for real appreciate you, dog. You're one of my the motherfuckers I look up to on this platform. So it's
I
you know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
you,
It's
man.
cool to get on the platform and talk and
For sure.
you know.
All right,
So-
man. Well, I'll see you
All right,
later,
bro.
man. Be easy, man. And I'll find your email, send you out, man. We're gonna exchange numbers and we'll go from there.
All right, brother. Be easy, dog.
All right, you too. Peace out. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. That was some HTK coming to you live on the Daily OT2K YouTube channel. We detoured off of the traditional path. I thought that was a really cool conversation. That was fun. Bouncing off of the ideas of another creator is awesome, and I'm glad I was able to contribute to his journey. He's also contributed to mine, sharing the gems and stuff like that. I'm still a little under the weather. Definitely got a long day tomorrow. I still got to go to a 9 to 5, so I'm gonna rest up. Hope y'all enjoyed this content. Thank you, Anna, for hanging out. Anyone else who's there. We're gonna shut this thing down because I need to get some sleep. And y'all be easy, all right? Peace.